Hi, welcome to Coral Roots. I'm Adrian. This is my husband Eddie, a reluctant participant in the channel. Meet our golden retriever, Carol. Claire joins us as a special guest from time to time. And we live in Cape Coral, Florida. This channel is devoted to all things living that summer 365 lifestyle. Follow along as I serial start new projects and learn from YouTube University. Hello, welcome back to Coral Roots. I'm Adrian. I am standing, thanks guy who walked by or drove by and honked, standing in our incredibly messy garage. I had a great idea this morning. Eddie came in from doing the pool and he was like, uh-oh, you're thinking. Because I was standing there like facing this direction. Here's my plan, or here's the thought, and this is what is going to happen when I get home a little bit later. I want to flip-flop how the garage is set up. So literally take the refrigerator and bookcase and put them over here, and then take the workbench and pegboard and move them over there. Reason for this. One, it will move the refrigerator from being in the line of the attic. As you can see, it does get scraped from time to time. You have to be really careful. And then it'll put it over here, nearish the hot water heater. Two, by moving the bookcase over, I will have a spot for shoes. Like one of the things can be shoe storage because we have a big backlog of shoes that happens right in the entry laundry area, and it drives me crazy. So we can put shoes here. And then three, by moving this whole like workbenchy situation over here, it allows just enough room, I think, to be able to hang our bikes. I had my bike tuned up, so I was doing my own tune-up. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I tried doing my own tune-up. I did a pretty decent job, but then I ordered some shifter cables, and I was like, eh. So I ended up having some work done so I can be a bike rider. Got a helmet. I've never owned a helmet in my life, but I got that so that I don't, hurt myself. And then I have a cute, I'll do that in a different video. Suffice to say, I want to be a bike rider, and I've been working on Eddie's bike, which was my dad's bike. That's going to need some probably professional help too. Blah, blah, blah. So those should be able to be hung up and get out of the way. And then it'll kind of create like a little workstation because that's where all my tools are. You can't see. Hold on. All my tools are over here in that gray thing, which you did see a video on me organizing this. So I think it'll just make it'll make a lot of sense. Oh, the other thing, by moving that table, I should say, over here, the generator can then kind of sit here. I don't know. It just seems like it'll be a good idea. So I'm going to work on that when I get home. Plus, this needs to be organized anyway, and it's good when you have to organize to then really think through how it works. So that's my plan for when I get home later on this afternoon. Okay, while I was gone, Eddie was real busy. He basically disassembled the whole thing for me. Carol, go over there. Thank you. All right. You're going to fulfill the reluctant participant in the channel right now.
So instead of doing the small board up top, let's put the long board, another long board in the bottom over here.
That's not staying here.
It's going over there.
Oh, yeah, telling you. That's okay. Yeah, I don't care.
Instead of having this because it was so weak on the sides.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Did you think I was going to have an argument over that part? Where are you?
No, I didn't think you were going to have an argument. I just was explaining.
Oh, okay. So what else did you want to ask? Now we can't see us because now we're too close.
I didn't want to ask anything else.
Oh.
I'm going to let you go to town and then I'll come move stuff.
Do you want to help me move, move the fridge? Or do you want to move the fridge now so that I can play around over here? Wow, that's funny. The line of the whatever was here. Oh, you know what? Just by looking at that tells me that at one point, did we move the bookshelves when we put the fridge out here? Because at one point the bookshelf must have been here because of the bookshelf lines. Dang. Now I'm not going to do this today, but now in my head I feel like it's definitely should have a paint job. Carol's a little bummed because she can hear her favorite people are outside and she's not allowed to go over there. So she's got her collar on and everything. I'm not very helpful right now. Hold on, let me put... I mean, eventually I'll be out here doing it myself because then I'll do my work in peace. Okay. Was this the good or the bad pellets? Or is that,
Those are old.
Or are those briquettes?
Those are wood briquettes, I believe.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Where do you want this?
Well, I was thinking here, but obviously you need a little bit of space just in case we ever need to access the, all this has to come down to fit the
I didn't take that down, obviously.
Bookshelf. So basically as snug to the bookshelf as we can get, because you need to be able to like hit the water in case we ever need to hit the water. Do you want me to take this stuff down and then you can come back out and move stuff? Okay, cool. You can go ahead and play music for me though, because I'm gonna put you guys on hyperlapse. Also, I'm probably gonna just listen to my book for part of it because it's gonna be really boring otherwise. Obviously, we ended up moving the fridge and the bookshelves, and you guys didn't get to see. Sorry about that. Once I got everything off the wall, I called for him to come out, and he came out like immediately, and we just got it moved and got it set up. We did end up using the existing wall anchors, so that bookshelf is anchored to the wall, so it is not a tip hazard. While I was working, I was alternating between listening to music, so you'll see me do a little jig every now and again, and then listening to the audio book, The Invisible Life of Addie Larue by V.E. Schwab. It was a really good book. So the book is it's set in two different timelines. France in the 1700s, and then present day, which is 2014, New York. And then it's the journey from the past to the present. It's the same main character. It's a girl named Addie Larue, or woman, I guess she ends up being. But anyway, she makes a deal with the devil, a Faustian, I think is the reference or the word, Faustian bargain, to allow her to not have to marry at the age of 16 or 17, whatever it was in the 1700s. And that deal that she makes, she sells her soul, obviously deal with the devil. And the story is about all of the things that she experiences in the 300 years from the time that she made that deal until present time. And she ends up meeting somebody else who also made a similar deal. And then the story goes from there. I thought it was a really good take on kind of the selling your soul type of a storyline. Really original, and I enjoyed it immensely. I think it had a good ending in that it felt resolved, but I also could see a book two because there's just enough of an opening, I think, that would allow it. So it had both a closure and an ability to have a second book, if that makes sense. I despise a book that doesn't have an actual ending. So this one felt like there was one. Oops, I guess I put that bike right in the way. Mega progress. So I ended up turning off hyperlapse yesterday because I was doing so much sorting of things that I thought the video was getting a little boring. And then I got going on things, and by the time I remembered that I had turned off the hyperlapse, the time lapse, I had put a bunch up. Although today I've just done a whole bunch of stuff too, obviously costume change. This is the next day. Obviously you can see that I've now moved golf over here instead of bikes. Pretty pumped about that. I just built that shelf, and by built I mean I sawed, cut off an end so that it would fit to size. And I'm about to do another couple here. I don't know what I'm putting on them yet, but gives us the option. but it is coming along. I'll save it till the end. I'm pretty excited about this thing that I did. Womp womp. Apparently the shorter cabinet screws that I was using were not actually all the way into the studs. I was putting the last of some items up on the top shelf and it detached from the wall. I caught it, sort of. Had to so I'm gonna need to go to the store and get some longer cabinet screws, or I guess construction screws. I have longer ones. Of course, they're at the other house right now. On the positive side, it occurred and didn't hurt anybody. I 100% thought those were in the studs far enough. They were not. So, fun. I literally had it all organized. I was getting ready. I mean, I was getting so close. But now, like, it's still all one piece. It's just that the construction screws that I was using did not go into the studs. I was on the studs. I know that. They just weren't long enough. So that's fun. It's the next day. After it all crashed down yesterday, after working out here for hours, I just said, yeah, I'm done. I actually ended up going to the store and I got some longer screws and then also the S hooks to do the bikes. While I was gone at the store, Eddie did come out. He felt real bad for me and picked everything up off the floor that had fallen down and has it all back to sorted as I had originally started to sort everything. So we've got a whole pile of stuff back here. That stuff was kind of okay. Carol's happy because I've been at my desk all day working and she was very sad. Hey, were you sad in the house? You were? We're out in the garage now, aren't we? It's going to be very fun. So now, also he disassembled the pegboard and everything for me. So now I can just go back and put it all back together. Reassemble it, if you will. I'm kind of bummed, although also I guess, I don't know. I am a little bummed that I wasn't in the time-lapse mode when it happened, because I think it might have been, I guess time will tell us that it would have been hilarious to watch. Though in the moment, to be honest, it wasn't really that funny. I literally was standing up on that step stool up. Thankfully, I was standing here, I guess, although good thing I caught it. The whole thing was precariously balanced in my arms. I had to just keep dropping stuff that was not breakable on the ground. Here's the thing. I want you to watch and have it go all back up, but I also want to listen to a book. Is it better to have the footage for you of me putting it all back up? Probably. Maybe I'll just think to myself while I'm doing it. Good girl. Did you go out there and go potty? Yes. What a lovely lady. She's I didn't even call you all the way. I just didn't want you to go all the way over there. Oh, what a good girl. You're just a good girl, aren't you? She's like, if I come right away, then my mama keeps me outside. If I go running over there and I don't come right away, she puts me in the house. It's a little punishment. Okay, let's get ready. Let's get going. It's finally done. Well, in all honesty, I technically have one little table to my left that I have little things to put away, but I'm going to call it done. I needed to get this out to you guys. Now, want to take a little tour and then see one of the surprises that happened, aside from the whole thing falling down. So we have flip-flopped. Refrigerator and bookcase moved from here to there, and then all the rest of that workbench and stuff moved over there, obviously. The whole point was to make space for shoes, which I realize is kind of funny because I don't have a ton of space for shoes right here. However, not all of this stuff it's like kind of a moving target. Like the pellets don't sit here all the time. Once the bucket outside is emptied on the Traeger bucket, we'll refill it. There's a spot for shoes. I was able to get the mop, the vacuum handle, and the broom hung up on the side here. Behind all the shopping bags and beach bags, we've got charging stations. So all of the tool and other charging type batteries can all go back here. It's plugged into an outlet strip. These are not staying here either, so I realize it actually looks messy when that should be up there cutely, but those are grab bars that need to get installed in the shower. And once those are installed, obviously then that can move over cutely, but I wanted those up and out of my way. Refrigerator moved over, all the coolers up there. I'll turn you here. There's still a bunch of stuff here. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Vacuum graveyard, vacuums are the bane of my existence. Moving on. So now we've got our beach stuff is easily accessible. Cooler for loading up, right by the place where you're going to load up from, the refrigerator, beach chairs and tent, etc. Extra chairs for if people are sitting in the driveway. They're not the most comfortable, but you know, that's what we got out here. And then all the wood behind here, that is actually the wood that gets put on the house to hold the big plywood for in the event of a wind event, which I'm not using the H word. This is what I'm pretty excited about. As you can see, I got the bikes hung. And then right next to the bikes, I have moved the golf bags. Above the golf bags are the golf shoes, as well as my helmet, a pump for air. And then I think what I'm going to do with this top shelf, I was just looking, we have a bunch of like golf balls and that type of stuff. I think I'm going to move that over here as well. Now I know that the bike is technically in the way of the golf clubs. It's fine. You can just move them out, or if you need to take the bike down, you can. Here's the thing that I'm really pumped about, and I realize this is going to seem like literally nothing. I am aware. But over here, this door has not opened literally the entire time that we've lived here because it was rusted shut, as well as I don't even think my dad was able to open it for a long time. Again, not the most convenient. We don't really use this door, but in the event that we need to, look what I was able, come on, stop moving. Look what I was able to do. I got the locking mechanism unfroze, the handle unfroze. So if it's like downpouring and you want to bring garbage out and you don't want to go out the front, now we can because the garbage just sit over here. Also, in the event of a wind event, the generator will be right outside here because we have the ability to plug it into our house panel. So we'll be able to check it, fill it with gas, that type of stuff, like from right here. Again, if it's storming and stuff still after that type of an event, if it's raining and such, we'll be able to access it. I know. This was my big surprise. I hope that you're as excited as I am for a door that works. How fun is that? It took me a little while. I had to WD-40 it, take apart the locking mechanism, clean out the whole thing. I discovered that that metal door is actually a hollow metal door, and it has remnants of old wasps' nests in it, so that was fun. Up over here, I've got all my most used tools and easy access to screwdrivers and such. And then up on top, storage for paint tarps, oils, and things that we don't really use very much. and then ashtrays for when visitors come that require such an item. Over here, I didn't do a ton on these first two shelves other than put stuff away. I did reorganize my gardening shelf. I was able to move the chlorine and pool acid up onto a shelf, my fertilizers and such on that same shelf, organized the little tools and that type of stuff, and then my staples, actually what needs to come here, it's in the house. I realize that's not where it belongs. What I need to do is put my tool, my irrigation, what do you call those things? The, what do you call it? Not a tool bench, tool chest? Literally can't think of the word. Anyway, I have all my irrigation supplies in an old, like, tool chest. That's going to go here. So this will actually get kind of reconfigured, probably put under there. I don't use Roundup or anything. This is for when I do my vinegar, salt, and dish soap. So it's not something I use a ton of. I actually could maybe even put it up over there. So that's where my irrigation supplies will go. Otherwise, we now have the ability to park, well, 2 small cars, 2 Gwen-sized cars. Thanks for watching. Bye. Can you hit stop?